Good morning, welcome to my video. My name is Bridget and I am on a 75 soft challenge. I'm on day 10 actually of my version of the 75 soft challenge. So I basically took like the 75 soft challenge and then kind of modified it to my liking. Since I'm just kind of getting back on track here, I wanted a challenge but something that wasn't going to be like too overwhelming and too strict. So I'm following most of the same rules and then just kind of being a little bit more lenient with some of them. But it's, you know, it's going pretty good. Scratch that. It's going great, honestly. I'm really proud of myself. I'm only on day 10, but I'm feeling really good about it. And I think the reason why I'm feeling pretty good about it is because I am following like majority of the same 75 soft rules, but I'm just being like a little bit more lenient, so I'm not being as hard on myself if I don't get everything like exactly perfect. I'm also not following that rule where like if you miss something for a day you start all over. I'm not doing that. As long as I focus, mostly on getting my movement in, being active, for at least 30 minutes every day, and then also focusing on my food intake, because I do struggle really bad with binge eating, overeating, emotional eating, all that great stuff. I am just trying to really gain control of food and like build a better relationship with food, because I have no control. My relationship with food is like horrendous. I was gonna say like terrible and horrendous in the same, like join it in together as one word, because that is how crappy my relationship with food is. But we're working on it. We're getting there one day at a time. So we're on day 10 and I'm feeling really good. My legs are killing me though. So yesterday was day 9, obviously, and I actually went to the gym again. So I went to the gym on Monday. Today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I went to a workout class yesterday after work. You do upper body, lower body, and then finish off with some ab work. And that class is incredible, especially with the instructor that does it on Tuesdays at the gym that's closest to my house. She's amazing, and she's so like welcoming and happy and has so much energy, and she really like pushes you, but not in a way that you feel like you're singled out or anything. I went to her classes pretty much like most Tuesdays earlier in the year when I was really consistent with going to the gym and stuff. So I think I'm gonna get back into going to her classes on Tuesdays, because I really need to incorporate strength training as I'm sticking to, this 75 challenge and beyond, with my healthy eating and my activity and stuff like that, and making sure I'm getting my water in. The weight's gonna have no choice but to come off, as long as like all of that is matching up. So sticking to doing at least one like full strength training, full body weight training class a week is, I think, gonna be really beneficial in the long run too. So I went to that class yesterday, and all day I was like hyping myself up for it, because I absolutely love the instructor, and I also just like had this urge to just like really jump back into things. I left work and I was driving to the gym, and the entire time driving to the gym I was trying to convince myself not to go to the class. And I know that was just like fear talking. I don't know why, because all day I was doing so good, I was so excited, but then I started getting these thoughts of like, oh, you haven't been to the weight training class in like 3 months, and people are gonna notice, like the regulars who went all the time are gonna be like, oh, she didn't go for 3 months, and look at her, she's the same or bigger than she was, or oh, she's coming back, like just ridiculous thoughts that no one cares. You know what I mean? Like I'm my own worst enemy. I've been like this for years. I've struggled with like really bad negative inner thoughts like that about myself for a very long time, and it's another thing that I'm trying to work on. So I literally was like having those thoughts all the way to the gym, and the gym was like a 30-minute drive, and I was listening to it. I wasn't stopping the thoughts. I was literally just like listening to these annoying little like thoughts in my head. Then I got to the gym. I was like, okay, you know, if I don't want to go into the class, then I at least need to like do the treadmill. If I can do the treadmill for, you know, 30 minutes or even less, then I can leave. Like I was literally like going along with the voice of convincing myself not to go. And then out of nowhere, I finally like grew a pair basically and was like talking to myself in my car, which I am right now, but I literally was like, Bridget, like stop this crap. You went to the gym at your heaviest at like 300 and like, I mean at my heaviest I was 341, 42 pounds, but I'm like, I went to the gym back then when I was like first starting, you know, and then also like I did a mud run and I used to do this class all the time. Stop it. Like I literally was like saying that to myself and I was just like, girl, get your freaking butt in there and do this dang class. Like stop the nonsense, you know? So I was just like, you know what, you're right, let's get in there. So I was like arguing with myself, which sounds ridiculous, but I mean, if you struggle with internal thoughts and, you know, whatever, intrusive thoughts and stuff, you have to like talk yourself out of it, you get it. For those of you who don't struggle with that, you know, God bless you, you're lucky. But yeah, so I got into the class and I'm so glad that I did. I'm so proud of myself for going to the class. And even though I'm so sore this morning and I was so sore during the class, and there are a lot of times where I had to stop and take a break, I had to stop and get some water, I had to like, there was a time where I think we were doing like these like lunges, like and then we were like holding weights up in the air, and then we were doing like lunges or something, like back lunges, and then she wanted us to do like a back kick, so she was like adding stuff on, which is really great. But I was like, yeah, I can't do this right now. But I tried. And then, you know, I just took breaks when I needed to. Like, she obviously gives you breaks, but I took some extra breaks here and there because, you know what? I just kept telling myself, like, in those glitches of a second that I had during the workout class where I was like, oh, here, I'm taking another break, you know? Like, I'm taking another, like, unscheduled, like, unauthorized break, basically. I like, quickly, like, nipped that thought in the bud and was like, we're here. We're doing the best we can. And that's what matters, you know? Everyone's at their own stage, you know, working out. There's people in that class who are, you know, in their 60s and they are killing it. There are people in that class who are younger and they're killing it. Class was really great, 50 minutes. I was sweating like crazy. My legs were shaking the entire time. There was even sets where I was just standing there and doing like an upper body. And I literally, my right leg, my calf was like shaking, like twitching. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I'd stop and it would still be shaking. I'm like, whew, you know, you're working out when you're just like uncontrollably shaking parts of your body. I'm so proud of myself for going. I felt incredible after, you know, I guess I got those like post-workout endorphins, but I was just like genuinely proud of myself for working through those intrusive thoughts before going into the gym, and then just finishing the class, you know, doing what I could because I'm getting back into it. I also was only lifting like I had 5-pound weights when I was doing upper body, and then I had 7.5-pound weights when I was doing the lower body workout exercises, because I have no upper body strength. I have none. I have huge bat wings and no upper body strength. So I'm working my way up. I know 5 pounds can be like next to nothing for people, but when you're getting back into things, when you're just starting out, when you're, you know, overweight, when you have a lot of fat on your body, like you can't just jump into doing crazy weightlifting, because you're gonna get injured, honestly, and then you're gonna struggle and you're gonna not want to do it. So I just kept telling myself, like, I don't care that I'm grabbing the 5-pound weights or the 7.5-pound weights, like I don't care. I'm not looking at what other people are doing because they're not looking at me. They don't give a shiz, you know? So I need to stop comparing myself to what other people are doing and stop allowing those like negative intrusive thoughts enter my mind, and just kind of like, you know, shoo them away as soon as they enter. So that was yesterday. I stayed within my calorie deficit. I drank all my water. I actually went above my water. So that's a good thing about going to the gym, is that I'm like chugging water like crazy when I'm in there. So I drank almost 4 liters of water yesterday. So yay me. Brought my jacket for today to go for a walk. So yesterday was great. Today's gonna be fantastic. I have my food prep for today. I did some meal prepping last night. I just did like rice, asparagus. I made this like chicken breast that was seasoned with like this jerk chicken sauce. So we're gonna have that for lunch today. And I got a bunch of fruit because I'm still on this like crazy fruit kick. So I'm just gonna ride that wave as long as I can. And then yeah, so I'm eager to do day 10. And also, so we're gonna go for a walk after work. I brought my jacket in case it's cold because I don't have time to go to the gym after work because I'm getting my nail fixed. Okay, then my nail broke on Monday and it's driving me nuts. But I'm gonna get it fixed today. So we have time after work before my nail appointment to go for a 30-minute walk. That is the plan for today. Just a little what I eat a day, go for a walk, go to my nail appointment. Oh, I have my greens. I haven't even drank any of my greens yet. So I made my greens this morning. I'm obsessed with these greens. They're so good. I think the brand is Progressive. So I'm almost at work. We're gonna get into the office and then I will show you what I'm gonna have for breakfast. It's pretty much the same, but that's okay. Later, and I'll show you what I'm eating. So it's time for my breakfast. So I'm still working on my first like 1 liter of water. I did drink my wellness ginger shot along with my greens. I rinsed out the cup that I used for my greens. I'm going to throw in the espresso that I made this morning with the Premier protein shake. And then I have about a cup of blueberries and then about 2.5 cups of watermelon. So I'm going to have that as well. And that will be my breakfast. Another day, another dollar. I'm out for my afternoon walk. Well, after work walk. So I'm just gonna be walking around the side streets because I have a little bit of time before my nail appointment. It's a little bit cold outside, but nothing too crazy. It's like 9 degrees, feeling like 5. So I did bust out my fall jacket, but I am so sore from yesterday's workout. My legs are killing me. I didn't really realize it too much until I went to get up from my desk during like my first morning break. I went to stand up, not realizing how, I don't know, stiff I was, I guess. And I immediately like dropped back down in my chair because the back of my thighs and my butt were like not holding anything up. Like I just could not get up. I like sat there for a second and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually did really work out yesterday, which feels amazing. So I'm not complaining. I'm actually quite happy that I got a really good workout in. But it's funny because yesterday when I was working out, I was like, I knew that I was working out because obviously I was struggling really hard during the class, like during the entire time. It's okay. I feel like if you're not like struggling during a workout, then are you really doing it right? You know, as long as your form's good, you want to be like huffing and puffing and sweating. And I was feeling a little bit sore this morning, but nothing like too crazy. But when I got up from my first break, I was like in so much pain. And then just like leaving the office, I had to like go back down 2 flights of stairs. And every step, I was like, ow, ow. Like it just hurt so bad. And I mean, I hated it because it hurt, but I loved it because I was like, I'm back in the game, baby. You know? So it feels good. And you know, no pain, no gain. So I'm really happy about that. I feel it in my legs. I feel it in my butt. I feel it in my shoulders. I also haven't done a class like that in like 3 months. So of course, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be sore, and I know I pushed myself, so it's only inevitable that you're gonna be sore, especially after like doing an actual workout class without working out for so long. There was a part during the workout that the instructor was like just doing some workout where you basically have this like kettlebell and you're kind of in like a semi squat position, and then you're like swinging the kettlebell between your legs, and then you're like using your hips to like thrust the bell, like the kettlebell upward. I don't even know what it's called, but it's an exercise. I'm not gonna do it here on the street, but yeah, it was like that exercise killed my thighs, and I know that one like really got me. That one and the like lunges one really got me. And then during that actual exercise where we're like thrusting the dumbbell up, she was like coming around and like checking everyone's form and stuff. And then she like comes over to me and she was like, squeeze your glutes, Bridget, squeeze your glutes harder. And I'm like, and I literally was like, Lena, there's nothing there. Like, I'm squeezing as hard as I can and there's literally nothing there. Like, I know I don't have a butt, and that is something that I want to work on at some point eventually. I want to like do exercises that kind of like target that area. Right now I'm just like dipping my toe back into working out and everything, but I was like, there's nothing there, Lena. And then she just like burst out laughing, and I just kept doing what she told me, squeezing those glutes, and there must be something back there because it wouldn't hurt as bad if there wasn't. So you know, the class was great. I'm so sore and I'm loving it, and I miss this feeling, honestly. When I think about it, like I really miss the feeling of like not being in pain, but like knowing I worked out, knowing that I pushed myself to do something that I didn't think I could do, you know, push myself to get out of my comfort zone. And you know, doing like a 45-minute weightlifting class doesn't seem like such a big deal to a lot of people, but for someone who like struggles with their weight, who hates going to the gym just because of like my own like negative thoughts and feelings about it, and just feeling like uncomfortable and pushing myself to like overcome that, I'm just proud of myself for like doing that. So, and that's really my main focus with this challenge, and like these 75 days is just all about building healthier habits for myself and like getting out of my comfort zone and basically like channeling these like negative thoughts and feelings and emotions into like something positive, and just doing it for myself because I'm just sick of living like this. Honestly, I'm sick of just being unhealthy and not feeling great about myself physically and, you know, mentally. So I'm just trying to do, you know, the best that I can for myself and make healthier options, and when it comes to food, and, you know, trying to be as active as I can, but also like give myself grace. I know I'm gonna, you know, not show up every single day and do like 100% all the time. If I was able to do that at like, you know, the snap of my fingers, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't be, you know, almost back up to the 300-pound mark. So I'm just giving myself grace and doing the best I can and taking it one day at a time, because I feel like that's really the main objective here basically. And it's only been like 10 days, but I feel like, one, I'm riding, you know, kind of like the high of starting a new challenge and getting back on the wagon and that like new feeling, you know. So I'm definitely riding that level of like excitement and stuff, and that's keeping me motivated and like pushing me forward. But I think a lot of it too is just like knowing that I'm giving myself grace and I'm being patient and I'm just doing the best that I can for where I'm at right now. So I think those two things is like really helping me stay motivated, and then just knowing like that I have a little bit of wiggle room and I'm just doing what I can. So far so good. I didn't eat my actual like, planned lunch today because I was helping someone on my team like with training. So I was like, oh, I didn't want to feel rushed and like chewing while I'm training and stuff. So I was like, screw it, I'll just save that for my lunch tomorrow. And then I did have like some snacky stuff during the training that I ate. So I had the peach and the pear, and then I had a built puff, and then I had my celery juice and my carrot juice. Not in that order. I think it was like opposite order that I just said, but that's what I had basically for my lunch. And then I think on my way to the nail salon I may or may not get a coffee. I haven't really decided yet. I know that I'm gonna get hungry, like, because I'm gonna be going to the nail appointment and stuff, and I might have some errands to run after my appointment. So I don't want to be like out and about and like really hungry and like ravenous. So I think I might get a nice coffee on my way and just kind of enjoy that while I get my nails done. And then that will also give me like another 30 grams of protein, since I didn't have like my fully scheduled like planned lunch. I'm kind of lacking. It's so windy. I'm kind of like lacking in the protein department. So even though I'm not like following like certain macros and stuff, I am like thinking, okay, if I want to get something to like snack on my way to, you know, get my nails done and while I'm sitting there, then I might as well just get something that's like more of a healthier choice. Is it my second coffee today? Yes. Is it my second protein supplement shake for today? Yes. Is that the best option? Well, it's better than getting an iced caramel macchiato, which is what I typically would have got. So for me, it's my best option, and I'm going to stick to that. When I finish this walk, I will check in with you later on, and we will see where I'm at. So my meal is fixed. Now that that is done, I can head home. Well, actually, I ran out of my coffee syrup this morning when I was making my espresso, so I'm actually going to think Marshall's and see if they have any of the sugar-free syrups there, because I definitely want to make my coffee tomorrow and I do want that syrup. And then we'll also see like what other syrups they have there. I also ended up getting the iced coffee, so I drank that during my very short appointment, and I actually forgot that I had these. So I had to go and get some oil for my car last night, and while I was waiting to check out, they actually had these like where like the gum and stuff and all that is. So these are the Werther's Original Limited Edition Caramel Apple Soft Caramels, or caramels, however you pronounce it. They are 150 calories for 6 pieces, 4 grams of fat, 29 grams of carbs, 13 grams of sugar, 1 gram protein. So yeah, so I'm gonna try that. I also got this one here as well, another limited edition, and this is the pumpkin spice soft caramel one. So I'm actually more excited to try this one. The macros are the same. I just kind of want to try one of them, so I'll just try the pumpkin one here. Alright, so there's this one here. This is the pumpkin spice one. I'm not really that much into like soft candies, especially like the soft caramel candies. I'm more so like, you know, hard caramel candies and like Jolly Rancher types and stuff like that. I want to chew it, but I know you're not supposed to. But that's actually really good. I do taste the pumpkin in it, so that's good. I'm glad I got this because I'm definitely going to want to eat more of those. Not tonight though. I'm going to stick with just that one. And then I'll probably try one of the caramel ones as well though, because why not? I'll just try one of each. But I can definitely taste the caramel and the pumpkin. That's really tasty. I might have to like hide those from myself actually. So yeah, I'm gonna go and hit up Marshall, see if I can get some more coffee syrups. And then I might go to Michael's, because I think that there's a Michael's craft store beside where Marshall's is, because I want to get some like smooth gel type pens for my 75 soft journal. But I want to start writing. Sorry, this thing is like sticking in my teeth now. I want to start writing in it. Like I am tracking everything through my Fitbit app, but okay, maybe I don't like these candies anymore actually. Now I remember why I always preferred like the hard version candies. Delicious, but like kind of annoying. So anyway, yeah, I want to get some gel pens to use for my journaling, just to kind of make it colorful and fancy. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So we'll check out Marshall's first, see if they have any syrups, and then go to Michael's and see if I can get some of my pens there. And then I'll show you what I got. We're gonna go home after that and get some dinner because I am super hungry. And these candies are looking pretty good. They're tasty, but they're sticking in my teeth and I'm not so much tempted now to have any more of them. So I walked into Marshall's to get one syrup for my coffees, and I ended up walking out with 4 syrups and some popcorn. But I was able to get my pens from Michael's, so let me just show you quick before I head home. So I went to Michael's and I got my pens. So these are going to be used for specifically my like 75 soft journaling. So then I went into Marshall's and I did get my vanilla syrup. So that is done. But then I also got pumpkin spice and maple pumpkin. And then they have all their Christmas stuff out, and I figured, you know what, I might as well buy this now before the, you know, holiday time actually hits and then it's gone. So I got the sugar cookie. I haven't tried this yet, and then I ended up, again, another purchase where I was waiting to cash out and it was taking a long time, so my eyes were like wandering. I saw this. So it's pumpkin spice caramel corn. That's got to be good. I'm not going to try it today because I haven't eaten dinner yet and I have to go home and eat dinner. I'm trying to be good, but I am going to have my second candy of this Werther's. I only had one piece of the pumpkin one, so I want to try the caramel one because I'm a glutton for punishment. I spent like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, I could smell the apple already. I spent 10 minutes picking the caramel one out of my teeth, but I really want to try this one. I'm sure it's going to be the same sticking to my teeth, but I want to see what it actually tastes like because I bought them and I don't want to waste them. Definitely taste the green apple. That's like all I'm tasting. That's really good. I'm sure it's going to stick to my teeth and I'm going to hate that part. But overall, those candies are actually really good. I'm going to enjoy them. I know that I'm not going to have them like, it's not something that I'm going to be tempted to eat all the time if it's just sitting there because of the fact that it sticks to my teeth and stuff. If they made these flavors in like the hard candy version, it'd be all over. I wouldn't be able to buy them. The flavoring, very good. Would definitely buy again if they came in like a hard candy type. Finish this, I'm gonna head home, see what I'm gonna assemble for dinner. It is 7:45, so I'm gonna be eating much later today than I like to, but that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. So far so good, still within my calories and all that. I'm probably just gonna have like a light dinner. I'm gonna head home and then I'll show you what I'm having for dinner. So day 10 is done. Just getting ready for bed now. I ended up just having like the cereal for dinner that I showed you. So when I came back home, I kind of just wanted something simple and light for dinner. I was hungry, but I wasn't like overly hungry. So I just had some of that like Farm Girl cereal, which was like really filling, honestly. There was like a lot of protein in that for a cereal. So I was like pretty satisfied with eating that. I finished reading my 20 pages of the binge code, 10 pages for today, 10 pages for yesterday that I didn't read. So I was actually like wanting to read more, but I've noticed like as I'm reading, and I think I probably mentioned this in my other video, there are a lot of parts in here that I want to like highlight so that in the future when I am struggling with like a binge urge or, you know, a feeling to overeat or like an emotional time and I just want to like binge or all that, I want to have like highlighted parts of this book that I could just like open pages and just see like the parts that really like jumped out at me while I was reading it. So I ended up looking for highlighters when I was at Michael's, but they didn't have anything that wouldn't seep through the pages. So I think I'm gonna have to order some on Amazon and just try and like remember the pages and like the parts that I wanted to highlight. But honestly, I feel like this is a book that I'll probably end up reading over and over again, and then just kind of like, you know, even just random pages. There's like a few pages that I actually kind of want to like reread anyway. I found really helpful in the moment when I was reading, and then I also kind of was thinking like as I was reading certain parts, like, oh, in this instance, if I was like feeling the urge to binge or had an emotional time or whatever, like there were like parts, like memories basically that I had where like I was about to binge, or I did feel like binging, or I was in the middle of a binge. And then some like inserts of the book would have been like really great for me to read prior to binging in the past or whatever. So I know that this book is definitely going to help me down the road when I feel the urge to binge or whatever, because even though I'm only on day 10 and I'm feeling really great so far, I know that it's going to happen. You don't go from binging a lot for many years to not binging at all. But it's very, very informative for anyone who struggles with binge eating. I already recommend it, and I'm only like, I don't know, 120 pages in. But yeah, so I read that. We are ending today off with calories at 1,777 calories consumed. My protein was at 131. Carbs is 266 and fat is 25 grams. I did go through my 30-minute walk after work. I'm ending today with 10,953 steps. So I'm well over my 8,000 steps for the day. So pretty happy about that. Day 10 is done. I'm gonna go to bed because I have to be up early tomorrow for work again. My legs are killing me. I'm so sore, and I'm like really feeling it here in my shoulders from like the upper body work that we did. So, you know, no pain, no gain. I'm not complaining. I feel really great about the workout. I'm so proud of myself for going. I'm actually really excited to go next Tuesday for the weightlifting class again. And then I will check out some Zumba classes and then just kind of see like when the classes are versus my work schedule. I'm working the earlier shift now, so I think I should be able to go to majority of the evening classes. But I think some days the classes were like 8 o'clock at night, and if I'm working till 4:30, I'm not gonna want to go to an 8 o'clock class, especially when I want to be in bed by 9:30. But I mean, I'll figure it out, because either way, when it's winter time, when there's snow on the ground, I'm gonna be going to the gym. So whether I'm going and doing the classes or just going and doing my own thing, I'm just gonna kind of take it one day at a time with that. But either way, I will make sure that I am continuing to get my movement in, especially in the wintertime, because like many people, I struggle really hard during the winter months in regards to like eating right, getting any kind of movement. During winter, I honestly don't leave my house unless I'm going to work, and that's only because they pay me for that. So I'm gonna have to like get it in my mind, like, you need to go to the gym, and you are paying yourself with like health and well-being and, you know, getting exercise and movement and all that. I think once the winter comes, I'm just gonna have to like reiterate that to myself and just like tell myself that over and over again. Doing any kind of activity is beneficial. So whether I go to gym, do it at home, or, you know, find something else to do, either way, I will keep my activity up. But I am gonna head to bed now. Super tired. Really glad with how day 10 is ending. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and if you're on a journey, I wish you well. You can do it. Just take it one day at a time, like I am, and you know, don't be so hard on yourself, because I find that giving yourself a little bit of leeway and giving yourself grace definitely helps with, you know, taking things one day at a time and doing the best that you can. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. There's always another day, there's always tomorrow, there's always another meal, there's always another exercise. So if you're not, you know, making the best choices one day or one meal or whatever, it's fine. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't always just, you know, be like, oh, I ate this, or oh, I missed this workout, like I'm so terrible, blah blah blah. Don't be hard on yourself. You know, we're all just doing our best, so just do what you can and start fresh the next day. But I will see you in the next one. Good night. Bye.